The week is over. No meetings, no deadlines, no one waiting for anything from you. This is the moment you were waiting for. The moment you told yourself, when I get here, I'll finally rest. But something isn't right. There's a voice, not loud. You almost don't notice.
You have to do something that makes you feel alive.
Just something, anything. Because lying here, doing nothing, feels dangerous. Like you're falling behind, like the world keeps moving. And you just stopped.
You're not broken. You're not lazy. And this isn't about discipline. Your brain learned something a long time ago. Something that made sense then, and it's been protecting you from rest ever since.
It was a Sunday, mid-afternoon, first free day I'd had in weeks. I laid down on the bed, put on some music, closed my eyes, and I just stayed there. Not sleeping, not thinking about anything specific, just existing. I remember thinking, this is gonna feel amazing. I'd been waiting for this all week. But then the first thought came. Not a clear thought, more like a feeling dressed up as a thought.
I think I should be doing something important.
And I tried to ignore it. I shifted position, changed the song, told myself to relax. But it came back, louder. And what it said was this: you haven't done enough today.
Why do I deserve this?
I'd been awake for 6 hours. I'd eaten, I'd studied, I'd taken care of everything I needed to take care of. That was the moment I realized this wasn't about discipline. This wasn't laziness or motivation. Something had taught my brain that rest was something you had to earn. And I want to show you exactly how that happens. So why does your brain do this? Why does it turn a Sunday afternoon into a battlefield? The answer isn't in your habits. It isn't in your discipline. It's in something much older than that. At some point, you learned that your value is what you produce. Not consciously. Nobody sat you down and told you that, but the message came anyway. It came every time you were praised for finishing something. Every time you felt guilty for stopping. Every time the people around you confused being busy with being good. And your brain, which is very good at learning patterns, took note. It learned that movement means safety, that productivity means worth, that stopping, even for a moment, carries risk. And once your brain learns something like that, really learns it, it doesn't wait for you to agree, it just runs. Rest doesn't feel dangerous because you're lazy. It feels dangerous because you were taught it was. That's not a character flaw, that's a learned response. And learned responses can be unlearned. But first, you have to see exactly what you're carrying. Remember that Sunday? Axon lying there. Eyes open, crack glowing red, nothing happening, and yet everything feeling wrong. He wasn't failing at rest. He was succeeding at survival. His brain had learned a rule a long time ago. A rule that made complete sense at the time. Move, produce, stay useful, and you'll be okay. And on that Sunday, with nothing to do and nowhere to be, that rule was still running, protecting him from a danger that no longer existed. The crack wasn't a sign that something was broken. It was a sign that something had learned to protect itself, and it had been doing that job perfectly for years. The question isn't why your brain won't let you rest. The question is, what did it learn and when? So what do you do with this? You finally understand why rest feels like a threat. You can name it now, but tomorrow morning, that same feeling is going to come back. And naming something doesn't automatically make it stop. Don't fight the feeling. Name it. The next time you try to rest and your brain starts making you feel like you're wasting time, don't argue with it. Don't try to logic your way out of it. Just say it out loud or in your head, doesn't matter. This is guilt, not reality. That's it. That's the whole thing. Because your brain can run a pattern automatically, but it cannot run a pattern that you're consciously watching. The moment you name it, you're no longer inside it. You're looking at it. The crack doesn't disappear, but you stop being afraid of it. And that's enough to start. Your brain learned this pattern to protect you. But there are other patterns it learned, just as quietly, just as automatically, that are shaping everything else you do. That's what we're here to look at.